Jamaica Civil Aviation Authority still gathering information on last month's plane mishap at Tinsipen Air Zone in Kingston. The Jamaica Civil Aviation Authority (JCAA) says it is still in the data gathering phase of its investigation into last month's plane mishap at the Tinsipen Air Zone in Kingston. JCAA's Director General, William Singh, gave the update yesterday afternoon. On August 15 at around 12:45 p.m., the aircraft, which was registered in the United States, veered off the runway while attempting to land. 2 passengers who were on board were taken to hospital and released soon after. Police revealed that over 4,000 traffic tickets have been issued since start of the year. Over 400,000 traffic tickets have been issued since the start of the year. This according to the head of the Police Public Safety and Traffic Enforcement Branch, PSTEB Assistant Commissioner Gary Mackenzie. ACP Mackenzie says this is 55,000 more than the corresponding period last year. He notes that while this is an indication of hard work carried out by traffic cops, it also highlights the lack of discipline by motorists on the roads. ACP Mackenzie says despite a 13% reduction in road fatalities since the start of the year, road users must improve their behavior. He was speaking at a virtual meeting hosted by the Transport Operators Development Sustainable Services studs.
When I look at my data, up to the 31st of August, some 403,149 traffic tickets have been issued, and that is some 55,000 more than last year, the number being 348,058. Now, what that is telling us is that the police is carrying out a lot of enforcement in terms of that prosecution. But we all know in the streets that the police do a lot of warning, and it is not only about that. The police participate in a lot of other educational and stakeholder engagement activities. We have also been doing much better with a 13% or so reduction in fatal crashes, but that alone is not the meat of the matter. How we live our lives are also very important. And so we, as I said before, public order is very important. So when it comes on to movement on the streets, that is something that we have to manage, and we all can admit that we have a lot of challenge with this.
Process to transfer hockey carriage license to routine license ongoing, stated Valls. Transport Minister Darrell Valls said the process to transfer hockey carriage license to route taxi license continues. According to Mr. Valls, the minister has taken note of the proliferation of hockey carriage being used to provide unauthorized route services. He says this has led to the overcharging by hockey carriages operators in some instances. In an effort to reduce the financial burden to commuters, the Transport Authority has decided to stage sensitization session to facilitate the transfer of hockey license to road taxi license. The Transport Minister says the next session will take place on September 18 at the St. William Grand Park in downtown Kingston. The Minister warns that those who do not transfer and continue to operate illegally will be prosecuted. He lists the routes for which licenses are being provided. The minister says these provisions are aimed at improving public transportation.
With the proliferation of hackney carriage operators providing unauthorized route type services, the offer by the Transport Authority for the conversion of the license will ease the burdens faced by commuters who are often overcharged to compensate for hackney fare rates. With the JUTC offering no objection, the Transport Authority has started, and the next sensitization will take place on September 18th, 24 at the William Grant Park in downtown. Hackney carriage operators are invited to apply for conversion to a route taxi license starting now up to March 25 in the first instance. The operators who refuse to convert their licenses to route taxis and continue to operate illegally will face the law. With the proliferation of hackney carriage operators providing unauthorized route type services, the offer by the Transport Authority for the conversion of the license will ease the burdens faced by commuters who are often overcharged to compensate for hackney fare rates. With the JUTC offering no objection, the Transport Authority has started, and the next sensitization will take place on September 18th, 24 at the William Grant Park in downtown. Hackney carriage operators are invited to apply for conversion to a route taxi license starting now up to March 25 in the first instance. The operators who refuse to convert their licenses to route taxis and continue to operate illegally will face the law. I wish to note that this type of solution-driven deliberations improve the provision of transport services to the public, come out of collaboration with the public transport providers, the Transport Authority. The Public Transport Operators Steering Committee, which was established in 2023 when I became minister, provides an avenue for sector players to give direct input to the shaping of the transport sector as they represent the concerns of both PPV operators and how to better serve commuters nationwide.
Portland residents get hurricane burial grants. The Ministry of Labor and Social Security on Wednesday handed over grants to 70 Portland residents to assist with the reconstruction of their homes that were damaged by Hurricane Beryl. Residents who suffered minor damage got checks valued at $50,000, with $150,000 being given to those with severe damage. Grants valued at $200,000 were provided to homeowners who lost everything. Portfolio Minister Pernell Charles Jr., in delivering his address, urged the beneficiaries to ensure that the grants are used for their intended purpose. "We are here because of you. Even though Portland did not get the worst hit, Portland has at least 10 houses that were destroyed," commented Charles Jr. He added, "And so the question is what you are going to do with the check I am receiving for the rebuilding of the Jamaica initiative. Am I going to buy some rum or clothes or things that you don't really need right now? Or am I going to take the money and purchase board and ply, hurricane straps, or some cement to build the foundation?" Today, we all have 70 families who will receive support from the Rebuild Jamaica initiative. We have made a commitment to you in Portland, First Jamaica, and we are fulfilling that commitment. Use the checks wisely. You will not be able to collect a check and go buy things and then go to your Member of Parliament to collect another check to build the house. It won't work because we are collaborating, he warned. Earlier, West Portland MP Darrell Voss, along with East Portland MP Anne Marie Voss, who spoke by telephone, commended the ministry, in particular Charles Jr., for what they described as a quick response in providing grants to those ravaged by the hurricane in July. Meanwhile, Mayor of Port Antonio, Paul Thompson, also urged the beneficiaries to use the money for reconstruction purposes, while pointing out that the biggest investment that one can make outside of serving God is to have a place called home. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.